Yeah, my name is Barthelemy Mwanza. I'm originally from Democratic Republic of Congo, currently living in Zimbabwe. Within the Global Refugee Youth Network, I'm the RILO coordinator, RILO, which is the Refugee Led Organization. So for today's session, which is the first session in 2023, we call it a refugee-led conversation. So we are trying at least to hear voices of young people from around the world. So today we are going to talk about youth and sports. And with me here, we have a panel with young people who are doing really amazing work in their community. So we are going to start with Nurul, who is going to introduce himself, and then he's going also to tell us about what does sports mean to him. So Nurul, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother, for your nice introductions. My full name is Nurul Haq. So I am from Bangladesh, Rohingya refugee camp. So my family fled to Bangladesh in 1992, and I born in refugee camp. I've been growing up here, so I studied in refugee camp. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, we couldn't get the chance to study a high level in the camp. The authority didn't give us opportunity, but we managed. We take the chance by showing some documents of national, but local documents, and then we, on behalf of with the help of some host community friends, so they help us to get some documents so that we got admission. So I have completed my honors degree with Bachelor of Business Administration from a university, local university. So still, but now I'm working with some UN organization like OHH, Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. I've been working with them since 2019. So I had been also working many groups, national and international. So in research, I have one of the research has been published in 2019 with refugee education. So I was one of the assistant researchers as well. So sportsmen, as a Bangladesh Rohingya, I have been leading our organization, which is called Bangladesh Rohingya Student Union. It is based in camp. We have 300 students. All are local, all are studying, all are students. We have also youth, student and youth. So we one of the in our organization we have a priority in sports. So sports, we had been organizing many tournaments in the camp on behalf of our organization. So at sports mean just playing a game and refreshing minds, and then making friendship with new friend through sports. We just play. So sports is the games, just the games that is in my mind. And through these sports, we make a friendship, we build a brotherhood, and we make the trust between the two groups or two teams.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. So now I think I'm going to take Jonathan. Jonathan, I understand that you speak French and English. So feel free to maybe talk in English or French. So it's just up to you. So Jonathan, I think you can also introduce yourself, and then maybe I would like to know also, maybe I know that you do a lot of sports. I would like also to know maybe the importance of sport, just according to you, giving us also some practical example of what you are doing. So you have the floor.
Je suis Jonathan, et puis communément appelé Joe. J'ai un projet sur quand là il y a des jeunes de 18 à 35 ans, et puis pour le fitness, pour le sport. Et puis je suis aussi le fondateur de ces projets. Et j'ai 27 ans comme âge, et puis je suis un diplômé. Et je suis certifié comme étant un professionnel dans le life coaching. Et c'est un peu ça. Donc, je me balance un peu avec le réfugié, et puis au camp, dans la communauté, même ailleurs, même aux environs, dans le village, aux environs. Et c'est que le sport est pour moi, bon, pour moi, ce n'est pas seulement que la récréation ou bien un exercice physique là où vous pouvez vous détendre et puis chercher un peu que la connexion entre filles et garçons ou bien hommes et hommes et femmes et femmes. Et moi, c'est là par au-delà de cela. Moi, je ne sais pas si je peux l'appeler comme une addiction, bien comme comment. Moi, les sports, c'est d'abord, c'est mental. Donc, c'est quelque chose qui pénètre l'âme, l'esprit et le corps. Dans le sport, il y a la méditation. Dans le sport, il y a ce qu'on appelle de se détendre pour le stress et puis tout cela. Et puis, il y a également une grande partie du physique. Et puis, cela commence premièrement dans l'âme et puis que dans l'esprit. Et c'est là aussi toujours une grande partie dans le physique. Voilà pourquoi vous pouvez avoir quelqu'un qui n'est pas trop fort ou bien trop apte, hein, mais lorsque la personne se donne dans le sport, la personne s'évolue et puis il progresse. Moi, je pense que le sport a beaucoup plus de la valeur, non pas seulement pour nous les jeunes, et cela va même au vieillard, chez le maman, chez le mère, et puis chez les enfants. Cela, physiquement, ça rajeunit l'homme. Donc, moi, étant que, comme je comprends les sports, premièrement, que le sport rajeunit la personne. Vous pouvez avoir quelqu'un qui a 30 ans, mais si vous donnez beaucoup plus dans le sport, donc vous serez semblable à une personne qui semble à 18 et à 19 ans. Mais c'est là entre l'âme et cela vous donne un aspect physique un peu bien géant, très belle, très beau. Donc là, même lorsque vous parlez, que vous sentez que la personne est un sportif. Donc c'est là qui signifie pour moi. Merci beaucoup.
All right, merci beaucoup, Jonathan. Je vais revenir à toi. Je sais que tu as vraiment beaucoup à nous dire à propos du sport. I would like to introduce Ibrahim, who is with me. Is going at least to help me with the French speakers. So Ibrahim is also one of the team member of Global Refugee Youth Network. So now, Ibrahim, tu as la parole. Tu peux peut-être juste parler un peu avec Bello. So Ibrahim, tu as le floor.
Merci Bart et bonjour à tous. Tout d'abord, je me présente, je m'appelle Ibrahim Saleh, je suis originaire de la République centrafricaine. Je vis actuellement à Rabat au Maroc. Je suis coordinateur de renforcement des capacités pour le réseau mondial des jeunes réfugiés qui est le GRYN. Je suis très ravi de vous rencontrer vous tous aujourd'hui. On a carrément des différents profils qui viennent aussi des différents pays, et aussi des différents contextes. Et aujourd'hui, c'est vrai, les thématiques qui a été choisies par l'équipe du GRYN, c'est les sports, l'importance des sports, les activités, par exemple, auxquelles vous faites chez vous, et même nous, en tant que jeunes, on est passionnés toujours par les sports. Donc, tout d'abord, je voulais un peu tourner vers Bello. Bello, est-ce que tu peux juste te présenter et selon toi, qu'est-ce que ça signifie en tant que jeune, en tant que jeune, qu'est-ce que les sports représentent pour toi? Qu'est-ce que ça signifie, par exemple, en tant que jeune, faire du sport? Et est-ce que tu pourras en même temps parler un peu des activités auxquelles en tant que manager du groupe USGR, qu'est-ce que vous arrivez qu'est-ce que vous faites dans votre communauté? C'est vrai, l'année dernière, vous avez effectivement travaillé sur le projet GRYN, surtout dans le domaine sportif. Vous avez eu à impliquer plus de jeunes surtout hommes et femmes. Et est-ce que vous pouvez juste nous parler un peu de ce que vous avez fait et de ce que vous faites actuellement en tant qu'activité, pardon.
Merci. D'abord, je me présente Bello Mamadou Jingi Abdourazak. Je suis réfugié centrafricain résident au Maroc, étudiant en gestion des entreprises. Je suis président de l'association USJR en même temps, qui est Union sportive des jeunes réfugiés au niveau du Maroc. Alors, aujourd'hui, je vais parler un petit peu de l'Union sportive des jeunes réfugiés. C'est une association qui est composée de 5 jeunes, en fait, donc, qui travaillent dans le domaine des sports pour l'intégration des réfugiés au niveau du Maroc. Pour nous, on définit les sports tout simplement, c'est comme une activité, que ce soit collective ou individuelle, qui permet à une personne de s'épanouir ou d'exercer des activités qui ont des résultats positifs sur sa personnalité. Alors, USJR, c'est une association qui permet tout d'abord d'accompagner les jeunes réfugiés, précisément qui se situent au Maroc, et aussi dans le cadre de l'intégration et la cohésion sociale. Le but aujourd'hui de pratiquer les sports, d'accompagner ces jeunes, ce n'est pas une question qui vient de là. Tout simplement, nous nous sommes rendus compte que le sport n'est pas simplement une activité qui nous permet de développer ces activités-là, mais c'est aussi un moyen de communication qu'on peut véhiculer des messages, que ce soit propulser la paix, la tolérance, le vivre ensemble et la cohésion sociale. Pas mal de jeunes réfugiés au niveau de Maroc rencontrent des difficultés. Vous savez qu'un réfugié, c'est quelqu'un qui est obligé de quitter son pays par des circonstances naturelles et il doit faire face à des défis dans un autre pays pour s'intégrer. Et parmi ces intégrations, il a pas mal de défis à rencontrer, que ce soit niveau éducation, niveau social, niveau santé, niveau de l'emploi. Donc, on a utilisé les sports aujourd'hui, on a pu constater tout simplement, ces jeunes-là n'ont pas accès aux locaux des sports au niveau du Maroc. Et tout simplement, ce qui fait que pour accéder à ces endroits-là, ce sont des luxes aujourd'hui pour certaines personnes. Pour jouer au foot, il va falloir payer des terrains et mettre les équipements en place pour qu'ils puissent pratiquer. Et vu que ce sont des personnes qui sont déjà en situation de vulnérabilité, ils n'ont pas premièrement de moyens pour offrir ce luxe-là. On a mis en place ce système tout simplement afin de les accompagner aujourd'hui pour développer leur talent déjà, premièrement, puisque parmi ces jeunes, il y a des gens qui sont talentueux et ils ont un rêve de devenir des footballeurs. Et ensuite, ça leur permet aussi de prendre conscience tout simplement au niveau de l'esport, parce que c'est un moyen aujourd'hui quand on pratique de l'esport, ce n'est pas simplement par rapport à développer un talent, mais ça permet aussi de maintenir l'état de l'esprit avec un esprit de mentalité saine et aussi de développer certaines capacités. On a par exemple la santé, on a par exemple la prise de conscience en soi. Donc ça, ce sont des choses qui sont importantes aujourd'hui qu'on peut développer à travers les sports. Voilà pourquoi on a mis ces activités en place, ce qui permet d'accompagner les jeunes. Alors, en parlant de ce qu'on a eu à réaliser, comme vous l'avez pu constater, on a dû travailler avec certaines organisations, que ce soit GRYN, on a bénéficié des financements, que ce soit côté financier, côté logistique, des GRYN, ce qui nous a permis d'implanter ces activités-là afin de faciliter à ces jeunes-là aujourd'hui d'avoir accès à ces locaux. On a touché à peu près dans les 160 jeunes qui ont pu bénéficier de cela, que ce soit côté femmes et côté garçons. Il y a des personnes âgées et il y a des personnes qui ont pu toucher aussi indirectement les Marocains personnellement résidents, parce qu'on ne peut pas faire quelque chose sans les inclure. Donc, l'activité a eu lieu, on a fait pas mal de choses. Et grâce à ça, aujourd'hui, certaines associations, que ce soit qui sont au niveau local, au niveau du Maroc, a permis à ces jeunes d'intégrer à bénéficier certains avantages d'entraînement qui leur permet de s'entraîner avec d'autres clubs. Parce que le but aujourd'hui, c'est de les accompagner dans la société pour qu'ils puissent s'intégrer et aussi être actifs quelque part, que ce soit dans le domaine du sport ou dans d'autres domaines. Voilà pourquoi on a mis les activités sportives en place et afin de faciliter l'intégration et la cohésion sociale, enfin, afin de développer leur talent tout simplement et de leur promouvoir leur talent sur la scène internationale.
Yeah, merci beaucoup, Bellew. I'm sure that you have now fixed your sound. So please, over to you.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me now. Okay, yeah, so I'm called John Kato from Changwale Refugee Settlement, located in Uganda, in Western Uganda, actually. Yeah, a brief history about me. I'm born from a family of 6 children. So we are 7, including my mother, and it has been a blessing for me in a disguise to grow in a refugee camp, because we fled war my mother fled war in 2008, and I reunited with them in 2009. It was the worst experience, of course, leaving home and coming to meet your family in the refugee camp, whereby everything has been left behind. But I came to realize that I had nothing but to realize and realign myself with my vision and purpose. So I've studied from the refugee camp, and up to senior 4, of course, I had a lot of challenges, which I can't mention here. I think I stipulated them in my bio. Once I can share it when someone needs it. After my secondary school, I was on a school bursary, and I applied for a scholarship because I'd passed well. I got admitted to the Leadership Academy based on my community engagement and support for the young people. So after my 2 years at the Leadership Academy of South Sudan, I had to come back in my community, and I had to look for a challenge that was existing before I went to the university. So that was 2018, because I finished in 2017. So 2018, I went back to Kyangwali, and I identified the challenge of lack of support in sports. So that's how in 2018, August, I and my other fellow refugees, we started the Bluebird Soccer Academy that helps to nurture talent from the young age up to when they grow to be professional soccer players. So at Bluebird Soccer Academy, we support young girls, we support the young children, and from the age of 3 to 10 years. And now from 10 years up to 18, we have subdivision of their unders. So we have age groups according to the FIFA, the governing body of Uganda that regulates us. So it's a privilege that we have addressed the challenges of sports in Kyangwali Refugee Settlement by having successful years of competing and mentoring, nurturing, and developing these talents. So it's something that we are very humbled to be and have a community that gives us their children, we nurture them and mentor them. So back to the question that you asked me of how I've benefited through sports. Sports has been a very good avenue for personal development personally, because through engagement with these young children every evening in sports, one, I have benefited health-wise. That's one, because I came to find myself also coaching these young ones. I joined the coaches, and at least I give in my input, and it helps my health and helps the health of the beneficiaries. Then I've been able to realize a sense of purpose and belonging. You know, being a refugee, sometimes we always think it's the end of life. But through sports, I've come to realize that every day as you train with other young people, you come to realize that there is an end in mind, or there is a vision and purpose that we all have to come together and unite. So I have really benefited also love, unity, and peace, because sports has helped to unite us. We come from a background, you know, in DRC, we have different tribes. So a refugee camp combines different tribes that have different diversities. So as a Bluebird Soccer Academy, we're using our sports as an avenue to unite all these different tribes. Children with disabilities, who have one player who has no fingers, and we accommodate those kids with disability through our team. So we find that it gives me happiness and joy to see that even the kids with disability, the young children, the young girls who would have gone for marriages are participating in soccer. So it gives me a very big sense of purpose and belonging, that I'm really serving my community. Yeah, so that's how it really benefited. It has been a lot of impactful journey to participate and help my community in sports. Thank you.
So let me go back to Nurul. Nurul, I would like to know, at least, I understand that you work with the Bangladesh Rohingya Student Union. So I want to check at least if you've been facing some challenges, and then maybe how have you been able to overcome those challenges? So Nurul, you have the floor.
It's a great experience being a refugee in Bangladesh than other country. I think honestly we had been living under the restrictions. Our life is two types, you know. So restriction and stress and depression. So and then between them, that is between them. So refugee life is, you know, the restriction, depression, stress, the full of them. But we have faced a lot of challenges, a lot of risks in the camp. So we couldn't study well at night. Even, you know, the government not allowed us to study up to class 5. They gave us only allowed for class 5. And then after, if anybody, they didn't allow us to study at night, even so even 7 p.m. Since 7 p.m. we have to switch off all the lamps, and then the lights, everything in, you know, once a time. And then after, we had a lot of challenges. We couldn't play football. We had only a small playground in the camp. But right now, this playground has been constructed with the security forces. They had been built at their camps now. So we have been the refugee life in the camp was really, the Bangladesh refugee camp was really a struggle. I mean, very tight, and so everything was very limited. Though you know, we had a lot of you know, recently there was some militant groups created from the refugee, I mean from our community. So they had been dominating in the camp, so they are not allowing anybody to speak out freely. So they have been trying to dominate us, to limited our speaking and income, everything. So every day there are a lot of killings happening in the camps. So youth are basically being targeted to join with in their groups. Otherwise they are killing, or you know, torturing mentally and physically, and then kidnapping, and then they are demanding the ransom. And also human trafficking is one of the very common issue in the refugee camp Bangladesh. But the authority are basically not much committed to take actions on those criminals, against the criminals or against those human traffickers. So these are the challenges that we had been facing since our childhood. As I born in the camp 1992, then I have been growing up in camp to camp around Bangladesh. So I am the witness of the refugee life, how a struggle, how the difficult refugee life, honestly, in the camp. You know, the authority, as I mentioned you earlier, the authority didn't allow us to study up to class 5, because I don't know what was the reason behind this, but sorry. But our community youth come forward with, they have opened a private coaching center, private centers, so that we had studied in their private center. So we couldn't study more than 1 hour in the private center, because the police has been prowling in the camp to camp, and then if they find anybody after 8 p.m., then they're beaten, and then they detain them. We have the proof. We have some proof that even some of our elder brother, like a teachers, has been jailed for 6 months or 1 hour or 2 hours, like that, because of that he's teaching the refugees children in his home. So we had it was a very, so we received very limited rations. I mean the foods in, if I tell you about before 2010. So it was very limited foods that we received per one person for a week. For a week only 2 kilo or 3 kilo rice for 1 week for per head. So it was very limited, but we survived somehow. But we had only one option to we had no any space to enjoy, to play anything, games or etc. But we had only one playground where we at the evening time, we all the youth and children go there, and then we try to spend the time sometimes in and give the playing the football. So in 2016, the first time that I have, BRSU has arranged the football match with the help of the UNHCR, and we also contributed in that game in that time. So since 2016, we have been arranging the football tournaments, cricket tournament, volleyball tournaments, badminton, and then some indoor and outdoor games for the women inside the camp, because we do not have enough space for women in our community, are not allow any female to play sports. But BRSU, the first time in the camp that they had bring some the opportunities for the women to join in the games. So firstly we started from the indoor game. So from indoor we try step by step, so then we bring them an outdoor. So no, but it is very small space that ball throwing, skipping, pillow passing, and Ludo games. So such kinds of games that we had been trying to to bring women to participate in through these kinds of games. So still a lot of there are more than 1 million refugees in Bangladesh refugee camp, very in a very crowded area, so we had been facing still a lot of challenges. Even now, there had been in last year the authority had been announced officially the Rohingya refugee cannot teach privately, they cannot open any private, they cannot create any community schools, they cannot even give more times in the madrasa. Maktab in madrasa, even religious study, they limited us. So can you imagine how the situation going with our youth? So somehow we have been trying to. There are so many civil society organizations in Bangladesh refugee camp. So BRSU one of them, that who have been trying to promote the development of the youth and the engagement of the youth, and bring in the equal participatory. We are trying to promote the equal participatory. So we are going to train. We are going to give them education of parents. The elderly people, to educating them how to we are trying to teach teach them the values of the women participation, women development, women equal participation. We are trying to mindset to change their mindset, prejudiced mindset. So once a time they were to religious perspective. The women are not allowed to in Islam. Women are not allowed to play any game. Women are not allowed to study. Women are not allowed to do jobs, etc. So they limited our family, our forefather limited in us. It is our struggle in us. But now we have been giving them ideas. We have been, so there are a lot of, we are showing a lot of examples. Saudi Arabia, Iran, the Turkeys, and a lot of Bangladesh, even Bangladesh. So there are a lot of women who are manpower in Bangladesh, so that they are economically improving, economically and politically, and everywhere they engage the women, so that they are developing again day by day, developing. But we Rohingya still backward, so we have to bring all the equal participatory in if we want to develop our community. So like this, we have been counseling. We have also one project for the awareness session for our community, parents and youth. So, and we have been trying early marriage is also another common issue. These are very challenges for us in our community, honestly. So it is, but there is everything challenges in the refugee camp, everything, everywhere. still restricted, still. Even today, tomorrow, our camp has been, the barbar from surrounding, so we have the fence in the camp, so this like that, so nobody can so there's the first checkpoint, everyone should go from the checkpoint, everyone should go. So in the checkpoint, they have been arranging the people cannot go for a tourist, for a visitor somewhere else. There's a lot of longest beach in Cox's Bazar, even they cannot come to enjoy. And also, what is the most problematic is like challenges for our youth, especially they cannot use the smartphone in the camp right now. In the smartphone, if anyone find a smartphone, if they say police, then he will be detained, or he will be insulted, or at least he will take the phone and then they will check the WhatsApp or Facebook, whatever. So then they have been accusing them with any false accusation, and then take off his phone, and then or sometimes they sit him in the checkpoints, and then sometimes they take them ransom, 500, 1,000, 2,000, like that. So these are the mainly challenges still that we have been facing in the camp. So even yesterday, you will be very surprised. In yesterday, I have found, recently we have participated in a football tournament organized by the host community. We have won 2 games. We have 3 matches in first round. We already won 2 games against the host community. So, but the local authority yesterday announced a public statement that Rohingya refugees are not allowed to participate in any tournament organized by the host community out of the camp. So they already banned us yesterday. I can show you. I'm sure you will be. If I show you a screenshot, I have one screenshot for my. For myself.
Maybe you can show me maybe after the conversation, because
yes.
of time. Yeah.
Yeah, these are the mainly issue that what exactly going on. This is the main issue anyway. So these are all are the challenges in the camp, but we have been trying to recover some challenges. Honestly, we are trying to recover also. So youth are mostly being active in these days, and they understand the rule. We are able to reach out the families and parents, elderly people. So, but we are trying to promote, to more develop our community through sports, through awareness, through education, through peace education, like that. So these are the information from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Nurul. I understand that your voice has been heard by stakeholders that are listening and watching us. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing this useful information. So now let me turn back to Ibrahim, our co-presenter, who is trying at least to manage the French speakers. Alors, Ibrahim, tu as la parole. Peut-être si tu as des questions à poser à Jonathan et puis à Bello. Tu as la parole, Ibrahim.
Merci beaucoup, Bart, de m'avoir donné à nouveau la parole, et aussi je vais devoir tourner vers nos invités. Tout d'abord, je vais commencer par Jonathan. C'est vrai, vous avez développé beaucoup des idées intéressantes et aussi liées à ce que vous faites là où vous êtes. Donc, j'aimerais juste vous poser la question. Vous voyez où dans 5 ans? Donc, si vous permettez, vous pouvez juste nous donner plus d'informations sur ces points-là.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup pour la parole. Je ne sais pas si vous m'entendez bien.
Oui, on t'entend très bien.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Je vois, nous parlons beaucoup plus sur le sport. Et puis, moi, je me rappelle parler sur ce que je fais bien, en parlant un peu sur le projet que j'ai, le fitness. Et puis, c'est un projet de gymnastique et puis qui non pas seulement que nous ciblons que le jeune, et que nous ciblons également toute personne qui a besoin que son corps ait une bonne santé, que la personne soit à l'aise, soit fit, et puis que la personne quand même ait à raisonner aisément, bien, et puis ce qui peut amener le développement même du corps, même également de l'âme. Ce que je pense, ou bien ce que nous pensons comme étant un projet ou bien que l'équipe que nous avons dans 5 ans, nous pensons non pas seulement à rester dans notre communauté au camp de refuge, que nous pensons aussi, et puis impacter aussi d'autres, et puis qui sont dans de grandes villes, et puis toucher également la nation, toute une nation au Zimbabwe. Parce que si nous parlons bien avec les statistiques au Zimbabwe, il y a 35% que de jeunes gens qui sont obèses, qui ont la malformation, qui ont la tension, qui ont beaucoup de choses. Et puis, nous, amener le gymnastique ou bien amener le fitness et puis au Zimbabwe ou dans notre communauté, dans la communauté, ça aide beaucoup que la personne sait connaître elle-même, sa capacité, son pouvoir, et puis que la personne sort de son comfort zone. Parce qu'il y a beaucoup de gens qui se sentent comme si elles ne sont pas belles, et puis c'est comme si elles sont rejetées dans des communautés, et puis il y a des femmes, il y a des jeunes filles suite dans son aspect physique, et puis la personne se sent très, très médiocre. Et puis avec les sports ou le fitness, cela aide la personne à se connaître que j'ai des capacités en moi et puis que je peux le faire. Parce que le sport, que ne pas seulement quelque chose que vous pouvez commencer aujourd'hui et il y a des de résultats. Non, non. Que le sport, ça entre dans le 21 jours. Que le corps humain, ça répond dans les exercices pendant 21 jours. Et lorsque la personne a 21 jours dans les exercices, dans le fitness, et ça répondra massivement que vous êtes maintenant comme étant un sportif. Et puis, cela va non pas seulement aider nous les réfugiés, et puis qui ont de passer un peu comment dirais-je, qui sont venus dans beaucoup de coins. Il y a au Rwanda, en Burundi, Congo, en Zimbabwe, il y a de Mozambique, mais cela aiderait également que les citoyens zimbabwéens. Et pourquoi pas cela avoir aussi une grande vision qui ne sera pas seulement ici au Zimbabwe, mais cela aussi pourra aussi aller dans notre rive, en Afrique du Sud, et puis au Botswana, et puis en Tanzanie, vu que c'est là que nous targetons. Parce que nous targetons la personne, que la personne ait une santé, et puis que la personne puisse vivre dans sa meilleure santé, dans sa meilleure forme, et puis dans sa meilleure... Donc, c'est là que nous targetons. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Jonathan, pour ces détails très, très précieux aussi. Vous avez parlé beaucoup de l'impact, comment vous allez faire, comment vous allez tout d'abord aller de là où vous êtes et toucher toute votre communauté au niveau national et pourquoi pas aussi penser à aller en Afrique du Sud. C'est très cohérent et je vous encourage de continuer dans ce sens-là. Donc là, maintenant, je vais... tourner vers Bello. Donc ici, la question de Bello, c'est une question juste, on aimerait bien savoir que souhaiterez-vous que les gens comprennent un peu au sujet du sport. C'est vrai, vous travaillez beaucoup dans ces domaines-là et quel message que vous souhaiterez que les autres personnes puissent comprendre de ce que vous faites, du sport en général. Donc, vous pouvez nous parler brièvement de ce que vous avez en tête, de ce que vous souhaiterez que les autres personnes comprennent. À vous la parole, Bello.
Alors, merci, je reprends la parole. Donc, concernant le sport aujourd'hui, comme vous l'avez constaté, si on la développe, c'est déjà une activité qui permet aux gens de réunir les gens. Et concernant ce que les gens devraient comprendre par rapport à le sport, déjà, il faut savoir que dans la communauté réfugiée aujourd'hui, que ce soit au Maroc ou partout ailleurs dans le monde, si nous faisons les constats dans pas mal de domaines aujourd'hui, que ce soit sur le foot, l'athlète et tous les domaines sportifs, on va retrouver peu des réfugiés qui participent à ces activités-là. Aujourd'hui, ce que j'aimerais que les gens puissent comprendre, c'est que les réfugiés sont des personnes qui ont des talents. Il y a pas mal de réfugiés qui ont des talents, mais le problème qui se pose, on ne leur donne pas l'opportunité de saisir cette chance-là, tout simplement parce qu'ils n'ont pas de suivi après. J'aimerais que aujourd'hui certaines organisations ou d'autres organisations qui ont la possibilité d'investir beaucoup plus dans le domaine sport afin de permettre à ces gens-là de s'épanouir tout simplement et développer leur capacité d'atteindre certains objectifs. Aujourd'hui, si on essaie de regarder dans le football, si on prend par exemple le football, vous allez prendre par exemple Edgar Davis, aujourd'hui qui aide la communauté des réfugiés, qui a un réfugié, tout simplement. Si on arrive à avoir au moins 3, 4, 5 Edgar Davis, par exemple le basketteur sud-soudanais, il aide la communauté réfugiée au niveau du Soudan, on n'a qu'une seule personne. Si on a à peu près 10 ou 15 ou 20 de ces personnes aujourd'hui, on arrive à renforcer la capacité des réfugiés, je pense qu'on pourra développer aux alentours des réfugiés un réseau tout simplement qui leur permettra de s'épanouir et de vivre librement. Alors, pour parvenir à cela, aujourd'hui, on doit seulement pencher sur la question, à écouter le problème que les réfugiés rencontrent dans ce domaine-là, que ce soit dans d'autres domaines ou sportifs, afin de leur apporter des solutions. Parce que tout simplement, ces derniers ont un tendance souvent à être oubliés tout simplement parce qu'ils sont des personnes vulnérables. On ne prend pas le temps d'écouter leurs besoins et de savoir ce qu'ils veulent vraiment afin de leur permettre un épanouissement dans leur vie. Donc, c'est un peu ça.
Merci beaucoup, Bello, pour ces informations très précieuses. Donc là, maintenant, je vais tourner vers mon collègue Bart qui va continuer avec cette discussion-là. Peut-être qu'il va interroger nos invités du côté anglophone et comme ça, on pourra toujours continuer dans ce sens-là. Donc, Bart, tu as la parole.
Merci beaucoup. So let me come back to you, John. John, I understand that you are also the mentor of Bluebird Soccer Academy. So I want to understand, like, since you are trying at least, to raise children, young people in this academy. So can you tell me, how do you help them to balance between sports and education? Maybe it can also help other people who are watching you. So John, you have the floor.
Well, thank you so much, Brother Manda. We have education as one of our major programs. Actually, it is second to sports. We prioritize sports, then education comes second, plus other programs. So in Bluebird Soccer Academy, we have small groups first. Because we came to realize that since we have children from different backgrounds who need mentorship, character development, and talent development, we came up with an idea of grouping them into small groups, whereby these groups, each child is accountable to one another. So we believe that through these groups, they can remind themselves who has not gone to school, who have not eaten, who is being assaulted at home, or who has a challenge at home. So basically, during holidays, we use those groups to address challenges of the kids. However, when schools open, like right now, you come to realize that all the soccer players are school-going children. Like in Uganda here, all of them have gone to school. So what we do is we we have 3 principles at our academy. 1, you need to practice and play your soccer. Number 2, you need to reach home and help parents. Number 3, you need to go to school and cater for your health and yourself. So you find that we rotate through that cycle, and during these school days, before the school or 2, do they have the uniforms? Do they have, because our soccer players sometimes are psychologically tortured because they have harsh parents whom they cannot approach. So it's upon us, the coach, to understand how is this child in regard to going back to school. So what we do mainly after addressing that challenge, and we know who needs this, of course they attend various schools, so we share a time schedule for the coaches, players, and the parents, of which we all agree upon, and we ensure that the kids go to school in the morning. Then 5, they come back home. Then they do 1 hour, like 5:15 to around 6:15. That's 1 hour of training with the coaches. After that 1 hour of training, they go back. Sometimes they come earlier, around 4. Then from school they reach home around 4. Then they use that 1 hour or even additional minutes for training. So another way we balance the education with the sports is we have a school visit program, because we came to realize that through our mentorship and leadership offered to our soccer players, most of them have gotten the courage and confidence to contest in their various primary and secondary schools. This has never happened before in my community, whereby a child can come up and say, I want to be this, and they audibly speak it. It's because of our mentorship, because of their sportsmanship, we have helped them realize that through soccer or through sports, you can be able to confidently speak about yourself. You can be able to talk about your life story without any fear, because most refugees are very we're very express out my problem, and it spreads them. So through that the leadership program that we have, to supplement our education program, so we help empower and support our players every term to go and contest. Then we back them up. Then after, when they come back in holidays, we give them leadership sessions. So you find that through that, we encourage our coaches to move in every schools to check, one, how are the players, how are our players learning, are they conducive? So we ensure that our coaches do work on and off the pitch in terms of education. So that's how at Bluebird Soccer Academy we have used sports to balance our education. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much, John. I understand that you were also facing some network problems, but at least we managed to hear you. So let me go back to Nurul. Nurul, I understand you've shared with us some challenges. So I would like maybe you, since there is the community following you, stakeholders following you, maybe I don't know if you have some recommendations that you want to make. So you have the floor.
Well, actually, it is the challenges at the time. It is very challenges for all of us globally. So we have been going. To be honest, for us, like a civil society organization, we need financial supports. So we have been faced as it being refugee organization. Nobody offer us honestly any donations officially or unofficially. So these are mainly the challenges for a refugee led organization. So we have a lot of ideas in our mind to implement, but we cannot do those. We cannot implement those ideas in through lack of the financial support. So this is one of the very big barrier for us. So I would like to request, I would like to recommend that if any organization like our GRYN, or they come forward with financial supports for the such kinds of organization, that would be good, and then we can engage a lot of youth and engage children's in our organization through their sports and all other activities. And also the recommendation is like if we can continue just kinds of meetings, idea exchanges, that would be the good for us in a monthly a time or 2 times. That it will be good, then we can exchange our ideas. Then thirdly, if we can also make a translation access in our Zoom meeting, it will be good, that so that I could understand all what my brother Joe, Ibrahim, Bilu, what they said, also I could understand. But no, I'm sorry that I couldn't understand what they said, but I guess I still feel that what they might be say something about. So I'm sure they're told about their life experience and their situations and their ideas and their knowledge. But I'm sorry that, friends, I couldn't understand what you said, honestly. I will request you, Manje, if you can summarize something what they told about, so that would be good. But John, I understand you, honestly. So in this meeting, if you can arrange as a meeting, I mean, idea exchangings or in information exchangings, from the global, or more engage, if you can engage more from other part of the nation, other part of the country, then it will be the good that we can exchange we can know what are the failings in the world. And thirdly, if you have other the educational materials, like about the human rights, about the sports, about the other things, so that it will be also good for us, so that we can we will be acknowledgement about the these kinds of resources. And also I would like to recommend one thing, is that if we can make an organization like a unity, like from different parts of the refugee, as I'm sure we all are refugee, right? Yeah. So if we can, I know that there are a lot of platforms in the world. So if we can also make a platform, all the refugee youth will be also, we can engage some other women also. Then we can exchange, we can be a strong organization as well, step by step. So if you can throw you, Manje, honestly, it will be a good initiative you can take, if you take, because everywhere we have been seeing that a lot of groups in different countries, different nations. So why not we refugee also can, why not we refugee have any organization? So from different part of the country, so we can participate, we can create an organization, and then we can work for the refugee. We can speak out for our refugee rights, for refugee on behalf of this group. So it will be also good for our organization. And I will, and lastly, I would like to thanks you all, and let's talk again if you have any opportunity, and we can exchange if we make a group, WhatsApp group as well, and we can also share it in the group. Then we can exchange our brain and ideas. And lastly, this all the I'm lastly a lot of lastly. So
no problem.
So these are the mainly my recommendation that I would like to raise here. And with a refugee, we can feel our pain, from the right, from our devious right. And then we have been facing a lot of, if I remember that how we have been facing the life, to be honest, I couldn't stop my tears, honestly. So these are the difficulty lives but a refugee also can easily understand what is the main problems that are of a refugee. So these are all my recommendation, brother. And I hope we can continue just a chat, such kinds of important chat in future as well. And I will request our GRYN to continue just after. And I would like to also to be a supporter of you all. So if you need any help from my side, I am here to help you. And you can also feel free to include me with you all and take me as your friend, as a brother, as a colleague. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nurul, for these wonderful recommendations. So everything has been heard. I know that there's always, this language barrier, but I will definitely try, to find the solution to that, and all other recommendations they are heard. Back to you. So maybe I would like just to know from you, what would you like the audience to take away from this conversation? So Nurul, you have the floor. And John, I haven't yet forgotten you. So I'm coming back to you just shortly. So Nurul, you have the floor. Just a few minutes only, like 1 minute, yeah.
It's a good conversation. Good to meet with some new friends from Globe. So yeah, I'm happy to meet with you all. But I am again feeling sorry that I couldn't understand what is said, guys. But it is nice to catch up with you all, and let's see what we can do in future collaboratively, coordinately, together for the sake of our refugee community, and as well as internationally. Thank you so much for Mawanjabai for inviting me in a nice meeting. I'm happy.
All right, thank you so much. So John, back to you. I know you had your end up, and maybe I think you can just jump in, and also I don't know if you would like also to share one piece of advice to other refugees who are following you. So John, you have the floor.
I want to thank everyone. It was a good invite for us all to meet globally from different places. Joel, Bello, Ibrahim, Nuru. I'm so humbled to really know you guys and that we are having the same cause. Yeah. So one of the recommendation I wanted to give first, because as Nuru was speaking, something came up in my mind. He had good ideas. So I was thinking of, since we are global refugee youth and we are working in sports, is there a way that we can be invited for an external meeting, like perhaps let us say it can be in Zimbabwe, it can be in Uganda, it can be maybe even Bangladesh, or it can be Geneva, it can be Netherlands, so that at least maybe we get to know each other physically, we share ideas for a week or for a month. So you'll find that we shall come up with a very big goal, because when you look at all of us here, we have different we have same goals, same dreams, and same aspiration for our community. So if there was a way like Global Refugee Youth Network can organize that, it's something like that invite can be very, very good for us, because even more refugees from our refugee settlement will be inspired so much. Then the other thing is about the exchange program. I would like to know if Global Refugee Network also can organize exchange program whereby Joe can come in Changwale refugee settlement, whereby I can go in Zimbabwe, perhaps in Kenya. We just do those exchange visits so that at least we know each other, we know one another. You'll find that we are motivating, because I'm just imagining if Joe comes and says, I'm a refugee from Congo, or Bello, he comes in Changwale and says, oh, I do sports in Zimbabwe. You see, it's something that unites us and motivates us, even the people we do what? We support and mentor. So those ideas, the exchange program, the universal meeting, if we meet somewhere and gather, I think we can come up with very big ideas which can help the GRN develop also, and also help our academy and even our personal growth. Yeah, then the other thing I wanted to address was about the challenges. Personally, I did not speak about the challenges we face, but of course there are a lot of setbacks we face, from financial challenges, because you find that in sports, there are people who need, there are players who cannot manage themselves. And they can't afford buying uniforms, boots, and even so, you find that we have a lot of big challenges. Then I was thinking of, I read about the mental health program on from GRYN. I went through that program of mental health. You see, in soccer, we have players who have challenges with the mental. For us, we have that challenge. Someone comes to play soccer, but he has been from a bad community, smoking marijuana, but to transform. So is there a way that we can assign to our academies or our sports program to accompany that? Because I saw Global Refugees Network did such kind of a program. So that program is very, very important in the refugee and in the refugee settlement and sports. Then you asked me a question about, pardon on the question?
In advice, just a quick
Okay,
advice.
yeah,
In 30 seconds.
thank you.
In 30 seconds.
Advice, yeah, and advice, I would like to say that as the young people around the world, I know everyone is going to watch us. We need to take up challenges. We need to take up opportunities, because today is not the end of everything. We just need to be problem solvers. We have to know that each and every day we have to take up chances to transform our lives and transform all those people next to us. So everyone who is watching me here and everyone who is going to watch this program, stay optimistic, think big, and always dream higher. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, John Kato, for this wonderful recommendation. I understand that it's not only for GRYN, but even for other organizations. To conclude, I think I would like to turn it over to Ibrahim to just maybe give one last word. Ibrahim, je voulais que tu donnes juste un mot de la fin avant que je ne puisse conclure cette session. Ibrahim, tu as la parole.
Merci infiniment, Bart, et je tiens à remercier déjà tous nos invités, nos rôles, John, Jonathan, Bello, et surtout de continuer de travailler dans ce que vous faites. Vous faites un très bon travail dans le domaine sportif. Vous êtes des réfugiés. Vous travaillez pour des réfugiés. C'est déjà un bon point sur ces côtés-là. Après, il faut continuer toujours à œuvrer dans ce sens. S'il y a des difficultés, essayer de partager le maximum avec GRYN, partager ce que vous faites, et ça va nous motiver encore davantage de soutenir des initiatives pareilles et de travailler comme ça et de vous connecter beaucoup plus avec des organisations qui travaillent dans le même domaine qui est le domaine du sport. Essayer d'impliquer le maximum de jeunes filles aussi, parce qu'aujourd'hui, on n'a pas eu assez de réfugiés qui peuvent représenter aussi les filles. Prochainement, venez avec vos collègues. Je sais que dans chaque équipe, il y a des jeunes filles qui travaillent dans ces domaines-là. Essayez de les amener et les impliquer plus, parce que ça va nous permettre aussi de partager les idées, d'avoir par exemple, leur vision aussi, ça compte beaucoup plus, et de développer aussi les sports pour les personnes féminines. Donc, merci beaucoup, Bart, et merci à tous, et j'espère bien vous revoir bientôt dans le meilleur moment et aussi dans des événements qui vont nous permettre aussi de travailler, de continuer aussi d'œuvrer dans le domaine du sport. Je vous remercie beaucoup.
Sports is good for your physical and mental health. Participating in sports can lead to higher self-esteem and better social interaction. It also helps you to have a positive outlook in life. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comments, and I hope to see you in the next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.